Jesus suffered from conception until Passion. Some days after the birth of Jesus, I saw a touching scene in the crib cave. Joseph and Mary were standing by the crib and gazing with emotion upon the infant Jesus, when suddenly the ass fell upon its knees and lowered its head to the ground. Mary and Joseph shed tears. I saw Mary at another time standing by the crib. As she gazed upon the child, the deep conviction stole upon her that it had come upon earth to suffer. That reminded me of a vision I had had at an earlier period in which I had been shown how Jesus, while still in his mother's womb and from the moment of his birth, had suffered. I saw under the heart of Mary a glory and in it a bright shining child. As I gazed upon it, it seemed as if Mary were hovering over it and surrounding it. I beheld the child growing and all the torments of the crucifixion inflicted upon it. It was a sad, a fearful sight. I wept and sobbed aloud. I saw other forms around it beating and pushing, scourging and crowning it. Then they laid the cross upon it, next nailed it to the same, and pierced it in the side. I saw the whole passion of Christ in the child. It was a frightful sight. As the child hung on the cross, it said to me, "All this did I suffer from my conception until my 34th year, when my passion was outwardly consummated." The Lord died when he was 33 years and 3 months old. Go and announce it to men. But how can I announce it to men? I saw Jesus also as the newborn child, and I saw how many of the children that went to the crib ill-treated the infant Jesus. The Mother of God was not there to protect the child, and the children went with all kinds of switches and rods, and struck it in the face until the blood flowed. The child meekly extended its little hands before its face, in order to ward off the blows. The smallest children were they that struck the most maliciously. The parents of some even twisted and wrapped the rods for them. They brought thorns, nettles, whips, little rods of all kinds, each having its own signification. One came with a very slender rod, like a reed. But when it was about to strike the child, the rod snapped, and fell back upon itself. I knew several of the children. Some went about boasting in their fine clothes, but I stripped them, and whipped some of them well. Amen.